Thinking about this weekend, maybe I'll take you out to the desert, shoot you to death, and kill myself.
Oh, that's what that guy was doing? He killed himself?
Did you see him put the gun into his mouth and blow his brains out?
Oh, I guess I missed that shot.
They show it like 4 times.
Oh, I didn't know. That was him putting his gun in. I didn't notice that it was him. Hold on a second. You've been very confident about stuff that you've not been right about, I feel like.
What are you talking about?
Hold on a second.
Who killed him?
That's what I was wondering.
His brain just blew out at the top of his head.
Why do you do that, by the way?
There is a place where time stands still, where nature is harsh and demanding, where only the quick and the strong and the deadly can survive. This place is no place for civilized man. In this place, man is just another of God's creatures.
You're right. What's up here? We can see where we are from the top.
Well, where are we now?
We've just got to climb that one.
But you said
where we are.
we're lost, aren't we?
No, of course not. We should try and help me. I'm tired too.
Nyamo ban gayen me ban nyar panere.
Water.
The Aborigine and the girl. 30,000 years apart, together. Walkabout. Just about the most different film you'll ever see.
Here's the thing. I've seen this movie so many times and you just watched it for the first time. So it's a weird movie. I used to watch this movie on TV when I was a teenager. I was 14. So this movie got re-released in 1997. It's originally from 1971. And
There's no
They
gun in
add-
his mouth. Just
they added, well, he's dead.
well, yeah, but he's dead, but I don't see any. Oh, he pulls out the gas. I see. Okay.
He shot himself in the head.
It's not super clear, honestly.
Anyway,
Anyway,
this movie it got re-released in 1997. So I guess that's why it was playing on cable TV a lot when I was 14.
it was to support the release of Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles.
Well, the
think
movie
they-
will I have believe I've
released
seen
the-
that movie. Is that the third one or the fourth one?
That's the third. Whoa, there's a fourth one? No way.
Isn't there?
Is it canon? Is it considered canon?
Yeah, he made it. So I believe there's 3, but it could be 4. So
You might be thinking of the very excellent Mr. Dundee. You're right. 2020.
God,
Wayne
this
Knight
guy-
is also in it.
a lot
Yeah,
of a
cool.
lot of assumptions about things. Here's the thing: you got to listen to me. I'm never
And
wrong.
I know that's what you like. I don't
So-
know about this, but okay, yeah, keep talking. I'm gonna keep kind of looking into this whole shooting himself in the face
This
theory.
movie, Walkabout, Nicolas Roeg, 1971. It got re-released. So I was a kid. I would watch it on TV, and I'm just flipping through channels like 3 p.m. And what do I see? A naked teenage girl swimming, fully nude, and I'm just like, "What the fuck? This is a PG movie." I had like the little, cable
You're like,
box. I would tell, boing,
yeah. Ooga. You did one of those.
just humping the bed.
A lot of that's like those sounds come out of middle school boys a lot.
I'm pretty sure I masturbated to this movie multiple times before I ever watched the entire thing.
You mean just
And
like in one viewing?
I would always see this was on all the time for some reason. It was on like the movie channel or Showtime. They would
They
just
used
show
to
it in
be-
the
those-
afternoon.
Those prestige or those premium cable channels were really trying to give teenage boys boners back in the
And
day.
they gave me many a boner. And
Ditto.
then eventually I watched the whole movie and I was like, oh, this is actually like a really amazing movie. I thought it was just like, I don't know.
Just something for
Kids-
you to bust to.
I thought it was a kid's movie. I thought it was like,
Oh, I see.
70s. It's about children. They're lost in the desert. You think it's a children's movie, but really it's it's just a mature film about life, and it happens to be about children. But it's really dark. It's really intense. It definitely should be like at least PG-13, if not R. I mean, like we said, the opening scene after a montage of you see them in the modern world and they go out to the desert, the father's with his 2 kids, and he just starts like shooting at his own children.
Yeah.
And then he kills himself. He puts the gun in his mouth and he sucks on it like a little cock. I swear to God, I've seen it. You can trust me. Never
I
wrong.
think you might have dreamed this. This might be the Williams dream cut.
2
thinking of.
shotguns in the mouth.
Whoa. Like he's like going from one to another.
2 big
Yeah.
black shotguns.
Yeah.
And then it
But,
just blows
okay.
all over him.
That's
Blows
what
them away.
Wikipedia is supporting your thing, so we can. I'm willing to settle.
Why do you
this.
trust Wikipedia? Trust the movie. Trust your eyes. Here's the thing about Nicolas Roeg, okay? Because this is November now, even though we're recording this August or October 22nd. This is Roegvember. We're going rogue. We're doing
Whoa.
4 Roeg movies. And here's the thing about
What are the other
Roeg.
one? Wow.
It's all about perception.
How
It's all about reality. It's all about
Whoa, that sounds good.
communication. It's all about,
Okay. I
did
like
you
that.
see it? Did you not see it? Does it exist? Does it not? I mean, the man plays with time and space. He's a master photographer. He worked for David Lean. He was a cameraman on Lawrence of Arabia.
A lot of brilliant shots in this movie, like especially like immediately. There's like it's all like good. You know?
And not only can he shoot film, he's also really good at editing. So he can play with time. So it's kind of amazing how good this movie is, considering, I mean, he made Performance, but that was co-directed with Donald Cammell, and I'm not really sure exactly who did what on that movie. Some people, that one seems like more of a Donald Cammell thing.
Hmm.
That's the movie with Mick Jagger.
Pretty
It's the
big
gangster
allegation.
movie. I mean, I always thought so. It's not one I've seen a lot because it was so hard to get until recently. It was like not on DVD for most of my life.
What are the other movies that you want to do this month? What have you programmed?
Well, we're doing them in order. So we got Walkabout, Don't Look Now, Man Who Fell to Earth. And then the fourth one,
Full body
think it-
massage.
I'm thinking Eureka. I like Full Body Massage a lot. That's another movie I masturbated to as a child
Thanks.
on TV. Thank you, Showtime channel.
That should be the name of this podcast. Movies William masturbated to.
Howard Stern also masturbated to it. I remember him going on the radio being like, I'm watching Full Body Massage, and Mimi Rogers has giant tits, and
You guys are
and I was like,
really lame versions of Eskimo Brothers.
me and him are very similar. We're born 3 days apart. We basically think alike. You know, I'm technically more successful than he is and have more influence on my radio show.
I'd say you're more of a Beetlejuice, but
Well, you're definitely not. You're definitely not my Fred.
no, I'm Robin. I'm cool and normal.
You're always telling me to stop being funny. That I go too far. Stop it, William.
Yeah.
You ever see the Animaniacs, Howard Stern?
I don't know. What about it?
It's pretty funny. He's a big bird, has a giant nose. Robin's in
cool.
it. She plays a Robin. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, Walkabout. If you haven't seen this movie, you gotta watch it. Really good. This is my favorite Nicolas Roeg movie. This is one of my favorite movies, period.
That's yeah. I mean, this is a really good. Every movie I've seen of his is like pretty amazing. I feel like, but
List them.
Performance, Man Who Fell to Earth, Don't Look Now. I think those are the ones I've seen. Haven't been
Seen
able to
Don't
check
Look
out
Now?
the naked.
You're always
lady
saying
thing.
like, we gotta watch Don't Look Now. I've never seen it.
No, I think you're mistaken. But I'm down to watch it again. I don't really remember it, but I just remember being like this is good.
See,
and I remember being chilled.
His career,
You've busted, and I've been chilled, and those are our.
I never masturbated to the sex scene in Don't Look Now.
No, you masturbated to the end part where you see the little guy.
The creature's ghost. That's Beetlejuice would be great in that role. How you
That'd be
doing?
awesome.
What's up, Donald Sutherland?
Just turning, he's like, "What's up?"
But here's the thing with Nicolas Roeg. In the 80s, it's around the 80s, he met a little lady named Teresa Russell, and he was never the same.
What happened?
I guess
Fall
he
in love.
married her.
Fall in love. That's how it goes.
Yeah, it's one of those
He
relationships where
Yoko'd him.
the director, well, it's different because it's not like Yoko was on
God
the
damn
Beatles.
it.
You know,
Another one of us got Yoko'd. Another one of us fellas.
but he just started making Teresa Russell movies, and there's something about her voice. I don't know, like she doesn't have.
His movies got bad because he started making his like muse. Had an
She's
annoying
not-
voice.
She can be cast well, but she doesn't have the range to be in every one of his movies. But he probably just fucking loved her. There's this movie Bad Timing he made with
yeah.
Art Garfunkel, and he is just Art Garfunkel. Doesn't he like rape her dead body or something at the end? And
I haven't seen it.
he's just like so in love with her, horned out, and it's Art Garfunkel. So in that movie, Art Garfunkel has like no charisma.
Okay.
She then seems like, whoa, this is like a really charismatic actress, because Art Garfunkel is just like, he just has like no. He's like Todd Barry, but like even
But not
colder.
not funny and shit.
Cold. Yeah, he's not funny or interesting. Beautiful singing voice. We got to give it to Art Garfunkel. He's not.
Angel.
That's that.
Voice of an
That was
angel.
his. That was his talent. But
Hey,
these,
yeah, I mean, back then they were trying to make all these rock stars actors like Chris Christopherson and shit like that. So
he did it with Mick Jagger.
Paul
Performance-
Simon was in Woody and Annie Hall and all that. So
Dude, performance, Mick Jagger. This
Oh,
movie,
yeah.
that movie was supposed to be. The studio thought they were making another Hard Day's Night, and then they found out they were making a psychotic homoerotic nightmare gangster film. Like
Hard
it
days,
makes
but it's hard meant something very different for this movie.
performance is so fucked up. It makes Easy Rider look like Barney the dinosaur.
Wow,
It's out there, baby.
that's
I
awesome.
mean, it's really out there. It's nuts. That was my father's favorite film,
That's cool.
but I think he just did a lot of acid in the 60s and he saw it in college and was like,
Yeah.
this is the best. I love Mick Jagger.
Oh, right. Okay. He's just so standing, you're saying. He was just one of the early stands.
Yeah. He always loved this story. He would tell me, he's like, one time I saw the Rolling Stones and I threw heroin on stage and Keith Richards picked up my bag. And I was like, he's going to shoot up my dope tonight.
That's cool.
If you ask
Anyway.
me, there's two dopes in that story.
Yeah. Who?
Keith Richards and my
Yeah.
father.
Oh, yeah. They're the dopes. That's what dope. That's why they call it dope. I see. I get it now. You know what I liked? So this movie starts with not that we have to like go through the whole thing, but like it starts with like a little thing about it explains what the walkabout is, even before the 20th Century Fox.
The director hated and was added to the film against his wishes. But
I think it's really good actually, though, because I mean, I get it. It could be like it feels like a little cheesy or something, but like
he probably wanted a stupid poem or some shit based on the ending of the movie.
Right. So but it was cool. I think it's cool because it like kind of sets it up. It just makes you be like, oh, we're going to see this story about, the movie's called Walkabout. Then you see that thing and you're like, oh, we're going to see a movie about this indigenous Aboriginal kid, like going out and dealing with this. And then you're like, what the fuck? What's all these like Australian motherfuckers doing here? And it's like the jarring entry of civilization and stuff like that. All these British sounding white people and stuff. And you're like, what the fuck? And then they get like, the kids get stranded in the outback after their dad does this crazy thing. And then they're kind of just going along and stuff. And you're like, well, I guess this is what the walkabout is. And then like we see this Aboriginal kid enter the movie, just kind of like in the distance or whatever. And you're like, oh, fuck. Like, it's like now it was cool for it to be like that it's set up in the beginning. And then it's like, but it kind of messes with your expectations about what it's going to be. And then, then the kid actually does come. And then you see like what that is like. And you get to actually see it. You know what I mean?
It's a very simple story. And it was like,
yeah,
I was saying this earlier. It's amazing how entertaining and good the movie is, considering he didn't have a lot of experience directing. I don't think he was a director of photography. He was a cameraman, but he just understands innately how to tell a story, how to cast people.
Yeah.
So he has Jenny Agutter, English actress, teenager. She's in a cool thriller before this movie called, what the fuck is it called? Like I Walk Alone, I Come Alone. God damn it, I can't remember the name. But
that's the story of you. I come alone.
I come alone. Sometimes I come in front of somebody who wishes they were alone.
Yeah.
Sometimes I come inside people who wish they were alone.
Yeah. Amen, brother.
But anyway,
yeah.
She's really good. The other person in the movie is her
good.
little brother, Lucien Roeg. That's Nicolas Roeg's son, the little blonde boy.
Bravo, Lucien.
And then the third one is David Galpoli or something. He's our Aboriginal.
Wait, I thought he had like this guy's in Crocodile Dundee too.
He's in a ton of Australian movies. This movie made him. He's always the Aboriginal guy in every Australian movie.
Yeah, I get it. But
he's in everything.
It made me be, oh yeah, David Gulpilil.
Gulpilil.
Gulpilil. But like he it made me wonder because he speaks English and stuff like that in Crocodile Dundee. He's wearing like blue jeans. It's kind of like it's almost like a joke on his character here, where Crocodile Dundee meets an Aboriginal guy and he's like, "What's up, man?" And he's wearing jeans
It's
and
a
like he's
play on the old
play off of
classic
it.
character.
But like, I maybe be like, is this? He's a legendary Yolngu, Yolngu actor, a First Nations person. Uh,
Legendary.
I was wondering if he'd never seen a white person until he was 8.
Are you doing research on the air
Hey,
while we're recording? Just reading IMDb trivia, and
smooth.
now you're.
That's exactly what I'm doing, actually.
Why don't you talk about your reaction to seeing this guy?
I was like, yes. And then I was like, whoa. And I was like, what, for real? That was kind of the progression of my reactions. I don't know. He's really good. And while the movie sets it up so well that you're so used to, it almost like hooks audiences in, because it would be a very different movie to start and like I was saying, like just show an Aboriginal village and then like show the kid like going out on his thing, like starting with the Aborigine kid. Like,
Well, that's the thing. Here's the problem: is this preamble completely set you up for something, and now you're constantly thinking about it like it's important.
oh,
When you have to
Yeah,
remember, it's that little thing was just to explain, like, what the fuck does this title even mean?
I think it's really good that they included that, because you don't get context from the Aborigine kids.
Well, you might be wondering, why is he
World.
alone?
Yeah, what's he doing? And just knowing that he's like is forced to go out by his society or whatever, and like he's just fending for himself. So basically he's killing everything he sees.
He's on Rumspringa for an Aboriginal. He's on his own. He's on his
Ooh,
like
yeah.
He's like on his become a man quest.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
he's on his ritual. I mean,
It's awesome.
There's similar rituals in Native American cultures.
Sure. But like
technically, I mean, like it's
the-
like even us as white guys, from middle class America.
it's a Florida thing too. I was sent out into the swamp.
You
to
go
fend
out
for
in the
myself
woods
when
with your
when I
buddies,
was
and
8.
it's just like, let's get naked. Let's play with spears. Let's start,
Spears,
killing
quote,
animals.
Unquote. Yeah.
Let's put a little face paint on and start doing a dance. I mean, this guy is authentic. He's real. He seems right out of the desert. He seems like a guy who's never been in contact with human beings. You don't know anything. You believe it. It could have been a corny actor. It could have felt fake.
I mean,
this could feel.
His face is like he's like has an indigenous face. You know what I'm saying? There's no like white blood in that
nose.
pool.
His nose is maybe 4 to 5 inches wide.
Yes,
and his eyes
are so
dark.
He's so dark too. Yeah, and like everything is so dark, and also it's just such a great way to introduce the whole thing. Like it feels like a regular movie, quote unquote, because it's like following like Western civilization people and stuff in this kind of alien territory. Then you see this dude that just like steals the movie, and but he also looks like a person that would completely survive this environment and is like made for this environment, as opposed to these like foreign colonizing people that are like are completely like have their dick in their hand.
They are not they're not Australian. They are not Crocodile Dundees. They're not wearing blue jeans. They are fancy, rich British children wearing proper clothes, and they have like little school uniforms on, and they went out to the desert for a picnic. And the boy is he's very intelligent, makes observations. The boy is like 7 years old, if not younger. He could be, he's young. And
he's a G.
And, that's the director's kid. So he's been traveling the world, going to movie sets. His father's obviously upper class. I mean,
kind of like a Donald Trump Jr., you're saying.
But that's a British thing. They have
Hunter
boarding
Biden.
schools. No, because it's British. It's like they have boarding schools. They have, it's like Dr. Evil, suburbs in Rangoon. It's like if you would go to those colonies. You would go to Hong Kong. You would go to Singapore? I don't know. You're British. You can go
Well,
South
yeah,
Africa. You have people.
yeah. You have colonies you can go to, and then it's like you feel like you're in the British Empire still. And this movie is like
But
feels
hold
like a
on.
British movie.
There are weak, fey people in this harsh environment wherever they go. And there's so many movies about this. There's
Jungles, you know.
yes, they're always there's like M. Butterfly, Jeremy Irons. He's in I believe China or Taiwan, There's all these sorts. This is like a big classic throwback genre. It's like the travel film.
It's romantic, exotic location, but
Yeah,
like
the-
still white
the
centric.
desert. And what this movie does,
Yeah.
because it has its roots in all these classic stories, it's like Lost in the Wilderness. You've seen this a million times. Why is this movie good? This movie is good because it looks fucking real. Everything feels real. Everything is realer than it normally is in a movie. In the
Yeah.
book, this is based on, there's a plane crash, traditional thing. They get lost in
That's cool.
the desert,
He
but you
made
have
it,
to
he
shoot.
made it weird.
But you have to shoot a plane crash, right?
Yeah.
You have to. It's like, but he makes it weird. The father just takes him out, and then the father starts like shooting at him. It's like you don't and you have no explanation for why the father does this. He just lost his mind. And there's
You
a
can-
beautiful moment.
yeah.
Hold on. There's a
That's
beautiful.
okay.
There's an absolutely beautiful moment when the father's shooting. He has his gun out. He's shooting at the kid, and the kid's like, he has a squirt gun, and he goes bang bang. He shoots back, and then the bullets are real. And they're almost hitting the kid, but not quite. But there's this amazing shot where you see Jenny Gutter just throw down the picnic setup, run to her little brother, grab him, and then take him behind a rock because the little brother doesn't know the father's serious. He thinks the father's joking. And this like one visceral little moment, it tells you so much about Jenny Gutter. Like, she is responsible, she is smart, she's intelligent, she has the will to survive. And she also understands immediately, maybe she already knew about her father being a creep and a weirdo, but she
Or,
just
like, going
goes for it.
Crazy or whatever.
And so you suddenly have all this like respect for her, and you just feel it. And it is not like, oh, what if the plane goes down? Uh-oh, the plane crashed.
It's very
The
good.
father died. The two kids are crying, and then they wander off like, wait. There's no characterization to that, at least in
And
my
also,
version.
but also, it seems like the focus of the movie is like the visual different, like everything is very metaphorical in this movie. All the visuals are very metaphorical. All like the differences between Aboriginal life and Europe or Australian, like British life. That's like from the very beginning. So it just plays more into that. But you were saying that like this about why this movie is so good, even though it's like so simple and stuff. And it like, yeah, not only is it like super realistic, but it like uses that, it's like it works so well because it like uses that realism and simplicity as like the spectacle. It's like shot so well. The Outback is shot like incredible. Like there's so many like every shot you could frame kind of thing.
And they
but
look
also-
hard to set up.
Yeah, they
There's
look
one
hard
shot
to set
where
up.
they're walking on a mountain, and then the camera just zooms out, and you realize they're with like a 200 millimeter lens, and then you see like miles of emptiness, and you have to think
Yeah.
like, okay, they don't have walkie talkies or cell phones. They're doing all this shit. This is coordination. Maybe they have walkie talkies, but
There's
this
no
is.
walkie-talkie.
But he shot Lawrence of Arabia, right? So
Oh,
think
that's-
about
yeah, that's
all the
awesome.
shit he's learned, but he's making the like psychedelic,
Dude.
intense 70s version that feels cutting edge. Because there's like movies from the 70s that are corny as shit.
I love,
Disney,
oh man, there's so many shots of this movie that are great, but like there's even those like wide landscape shots, but there's also like a crazy like vertigo shot that zooms in on like a cricket or like
yeah.
a big grasshopper that you were like, what the fuck? And it's like you're just like, wow, that cricket's in my like soul now. And then there's like an amazing like shot of the of like a backlit by the sunset tree, like a silhouette of like a big kind of like almost bare looking tree with a lot of like it's very branchy. And then you're like, whoa, this is cool. And then like one of the branches starts moving, you realize it's like a giant snake. And it's like just
Yes.
for a second, and then it cuts away. And so there's all these like very cool metaphorical visual things so it's like capturing
Using
this very simple
editing
landscape and
and
using
cutting.
editing too.
Really, the way he edits is so smart and so cutting edge for the time. But
He's
it
great.
works, and you can read it though. You can fucking read it. That's the thing that's
Yeah.
enjoyable. It's pleasurable. It's not
You-
like, oh, this
not
is
too-
pretentious. This is fucking annoying. Like, I saw
I
this.
feel like go ahead.
I saw this shitty movie on Friday night called Divinity, and the guy who made it, he's trying so hard. He's putting all this work in this movie, and it's like, man, these relationships just aren't believable in your film. I'm like, what are you're trying to, he's trying to make a midnight movie, a cool movie, like a Panos Cosmatos movie. And there's a lot of good work in it. But it's like these relationships
You're saying, why don't you should just
aren't working, aren't believable. Like, and it's
this guy
the same.
should just kill himself, is what you're saying, right?
No, what I'm saying is
You don't think he should
it's
kill
really
himself?
hard to make a movie, obviously. And it's just amazing
No.
how good Walkabout is and how good it works and how many happy accidents there are. They said they weren't planning on any of these animal shots. They just would find the
That's cool.
animals.
They're finding them and being like, hey, let's do this crazy vertigo thing on. Like, they're just really good. But also, like you were saying, it's crazy how good this movie is with how simple it is. And how it's almost like it's like a fairy tale level story almost. It's like very simple and like an elementary base story.
Biblical almost. It's like old
Passion
It's
play?
all-
Is that a phrase that is relevant?
I don't think so.
I don't know. Okay, forget it.
It's also cool because it's like a softcore porn.
Yeah, and
For
it's cool
kids.
because it gave you a little boner when you were a middle schooler.
Well, the girl in the movie's 16, so you see her, she just gets nude and like will swim around in the water. And the
Yeah.
music's really lush, and it's the guy who did the James Bond theme, John Barry. And it's this beautiful string music. And then she's just like swimming nude. And then she'll like spin around, and then you'll see the kid is looking at her on a mountaintop, and then there'll be like a 70s like fade of his like his face will be like a still image, huge on the screen, really grainy, and then it'll like fade to her swimming.
Yeah, you're like, oh, that he's ready to
But
get
it's
it
cool.
on.
But it works and it's cool. It's not
it's a cool like
bad.
love story between these two people that can't communicate too.
Yes. So
So-
Gopali, he develops feelings for her.
Of
And
course,
that's
it's also like a very believable thing. It's like they're both 16. He's saving their lives and providing for them. So she reverts to like primitive. There's like a primitive need that's being met by him.
she becomes more like him, and he becomes more like her.
But also like
And
that just like
all the
opens up
relationship,
attraction.
all the
too.
relationships are like that. Everybody's learning from each other, but there is no corny scene of like there's a jungle cat and it's going to attack them, and then the boy springs out with his spear and he defends her, and
Yes,
there's
yes.
hunters who are trying to kill him, and then they rescue. There's none of these cliche shit that you would see in the Disney version, because this has been, like I said, the Lost in the Wilderness. This is a story where we've seen the children's version, the porno version, the horror movie version. We've seen every version of the story. And this is like, what this one does is it creates chemistry between the two leads, but it also creates this anxiety, this insurmountable anxiety that feels very real. It's like when you ever been forced to be with someone, like a girl when you're a teenager, and then you're like, I think she likes me. Does she like me? I like her. But it's
What do you mean
the
forced to
feeling
be with someone?
like
By,
you're
like,
in
your
a
church, the cult.
you're working at Target, you have to spend the night on the
Oh,
late shift, and then Jennifer Connelly breaks in, and then you're just like, hey, I think I like her.
okay. Yeah, yeah.
One of those type of situations.
Of course.
But in the real version, not in the movie version, the girl is like, you're poor. I'm not going to kiss you.
Right.
I'm afraid of you.
Right.
Ultimately she ends up rejecting him,
Yes.
devastating him. But here's the thing: he did all this amazing stuff. What he did for her, he finds them water.
Yeah.
They can't.
Hold on
They
a
can't
second.
even. They don't have any water.
They would
and
die
then
like basically the next day, probably, if he didn't appear. But
she's lost. She's like, see, here's the
guy,
thing. Hold on. She goes like, she's like directing and like leading the boy, but she doesn't know where to go. Even though she wants to be responsible and she wants to have the answers. She doesn't know what to do.
so about this water thing, he shows them how to get water. This guy just jams a straw into the ground and then just starts drinking water. Is that realistic? Are we led to believe?
Didn't you see it in the movie?
Okay. Just saying, that's if he's got one of those like those like eco straws. Like he busts out like his
Well, it
North
was
Face backpack.
a real oasis they were at in the water.
Okay, I see. Maybe it was like part of where they're at. It also, I want something about this. Another part about this guy's performance that I'm just remembering is that he's like, especially at the beginning, he's like always like smiling and like laughing and shit, and like if everything's very like serious and dramatic, and he's like, what the fuck, like he's like cracking up. Kind of.
So he meets the two of them and he's just walking by, like he doesn't even care. He's just like, hey, what's up? And but he doesn't say anything like that. He's just laughing and he's like hunting a lizard or something. And then the girl runs up to him. She's like, please, water, you have to help us. It's so easy to understand. Where's water? Water. And he's just looking at her like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And then the little boy goes, he puts his fingers in his mouth and he goes, good, 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 good. And then the boy goes, oh, ha, 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 ha. Go get it. And then he just like goes to the ground and he like digs out a hole and puts a straw in the ground. And he's just like, you just put the straw in the ground and you drink, idiots.
Yeah.
So simple. Ha,
Dude,
ha, ha, ha.
I'd be so sick to be an Aborigine in that situation.
What I was thinking would be funny though. What if he just picked up the little kid and just like face fucked him? The kid was going go 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 go, and he's like,
oh, he thought that he wanted to deep throat his cock.
Go 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 go. He does the girl.
Aboriginal, it means that's he means that he wants to deep throat your cock. That's what that means.
You ever see The Gods Must Be Crazy?
No, that's the Coke can, Coke
bottle. That I wonder if it's inspired by this movie, but I don't know. There's so many of these movies. I mean, obviously westerns. I mean, this could take place in the Wild West. It could be a Native American,
right? Of course, yeah, and like pioneers or whatever. That's this kind of
they'd be fancy
colonizer.
Rich.
It's a colonizer versus indigenous.
We're on our way to San Francisco.
Yeah. Tale as old as time. It's still going on.
Nah, it's over.
Yeah, you're right. So let's see.
It could be two little Jews in Gaza, and then Gaza and helps them.
Yes. It could be happening right now. Who knows?
It could be two little white kids in the black part of town, and then a black teenager saves them from the gang.
Shows them how to get water.
This is like, and it's just two outsiders lost.
Yeah, sure. And like pampered outsiders in like the harsh reality.
It could be like two German children lost in an Auschwitz, and then the Jews help the children.
Whoa, yeah, totally. There's so like a big thing about this movie too with this Aborigine guy, you're seeing a lot of animals get killed. This guy's killing everything that he sees.
And it's shot awesome and it's edited cool. He's just like killing things, stabbing them,
I'm
throwing
assuming
spears into kangaroos.
There's also like Australians hunting, some of those shots as well. But I'm assuming every animal death and stuff it's all like real in this movie.
Yeah, the movie feels
why
like
would
a
it not be?
documentary.
Yeah. But
Cinema verite. That's what we
you know
call
what I
it.
realized? Every time Ryan's gone, we watch a movie with real animal killing.
Yeah, we watched Ebola Syndrome with the shot of the frogs just getting chopped up with a butcher's knife. Just 7 or 8 frogs being sliced.
Yeah, and now this. And also we watch when Ryan's gone, we watch movies with child's penises. Which
Hey, it's the 70s, man. You're gonna see some animal killing, you're gonna see
it was the
directors.
70s. That's what you're saying about being caught with a bunch of images of a child's penis.
Well, the thing is, child nudity is not the same thing as child pornography.
True. Hey, that's a good defense. You're going to want to hold on to that defense, dude.
Well, I mean, it's just this movie, when they went to the ratings board, they wouldn't even give it an R rating. They're like, yeah, it's a PG film because the nudity is non-sexual.
Oh, yeah, this is before the pre-PG-13 era is awesome. This movie's PG.
Yes, and it was watched in British classes
Wow.
for educational reasons.
It's just so graphic but yeah, it's not like exploitative at all. It's like that's how it is and stuff.
There's another famous late 60s teenage nude scene that everybody watched in high school. The Franco Zeffirelli, Romeo and Juliet, Olivia Hussey gets out of bed, see her tits. She's like 16. Turns out he was like sexually assaulting the lead actor or something, the male, because he's gay. But
wait,
there's so much child nudity in the 70s. It's really insane. They really just thought it was like, I think they were talked into it by pedophiles maybe, and they were then they realized we got to stop this. In the 80s they stopped.
Wait. Hold on. What do you mean? Who are the pedophiles talking them into it? This is like
so
really,
like Nambla.
Really
Nambla was like a thing in the 60s that people kind of were disgusted by, but also there was like famously Allen Ginsberg, the beat poet, he was like pro Nambla or something. Look, I don't really know this very well, but I just feel like there was a thing to be like, you watch a lot of 70s movies, you'll just see child nudity, especially European films. So someone was giving it
okay.
You know what I mean? You're Googling Nambla. Good for you, Adam. Good for you, man. There you go. How do I join Nambla? Google.
Sign up, Nambla. Sign up.
Jesus Christ, man. But
I
anyway,
just Googled Nambla. Okay,
you see the little boy naked swimming with the girl, and you see the Aboriginal guy. It's beautiful. They're free. It's innocent. Apparently, none of the actors wanted to do it, but they're all.
None of them wanted to do it.
They were uncomfortable.
Even the Aborigine.
I don't know about him, but
okay,
it's.
But yeah, the girl's rightly being like, I don't know about this, and then an old British man's like, yeah, no, it's fine. It's the 70s.
So the other thing that's cool is when they're killing animals, they're intercutting with a butcher shop, and you see a butcher just like chop up animals.
What do you think that means?
We do it too. Don't you judge the savage, man. You're the savage.
Yes.
You just go to a butcher.
Yes. Oh man, this must have fucking rocked British people's worlds in the 70s.
Their monocles popped out of their heads.
Shit their pants and monocles.
Honestly,
pants shit.
The funny thing is, ironically, rich people love this kind of disgusting, nihilistic, self-hating art. Like, yes, we're the bad ones, but it's the poor people, the bloke down the road who's like, what is this? It's not entertaining. It's filth. It's trash.
Well, that guy's rightly assuming that this movie's influenced by Nambla, I think. That's probably what he's feeling.
Hey, you're the Googler. You tell me. You're the researcher.
Is Nambla good?
Hello. Welcome to Nambla.
Are there
Howard Stern used to play a Nambla voice mail track about what would happen when you called Nambla. He would play it all the time. It's very weird.
What do you mean? Like if you called Nambla, it was
Yeah.
like the actual thing you would hear?
Yeah.
What did it say?
It's just like a weird guy going like, hello. Thank you for calling
Hold on,
Nambla.
hold on.
If you are alone, don't Google it, Adam.
I have to.
We'll do it later.
Nambla voicemail. Well, I mean, maybe if it's good, we can listen to it on the show.
No, Howard Stern plays it all the time. It's dumb. He
Is
played
it
it too often.
is it like an Indian guy?
I don't know his race.
Okay, there's just a picture of an Indian guy on the video. That's why I
So
Never
yeah,
mind.
everything's going good with the kids. They're getting
Right.
along. They're swimming naked. They're having fun. I love this shit in the movie where you see them walking separately and then you suddenly see a white person,
yeah.
a woman,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're like, who's
talking
this chick?
talking to herself, acting weird.
No,
and
she's
she-
talking to the Aborigine kid.
Yeah, she's talking to him, and then he just is like, whatever. And he just ignores her, and then he keeps
what that
walking,
means?
and he doesn't tell the two white kids
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he doesn't know they're lost. He doesn't know they're lost, which is so
That's what you
insane.
think?
Yes, he doesn't actually know they are lost.
Because he doesn't have a concept of being lost.
Yes,
basically.
it's just not. It doesn't occur to him.
That's awesome.
That's
God
why he
damn, that's
doesn't say
cool.
anything. He doesn't even notice it.
Also, like, if you didn't have the concept of being lost in your mind, you'd see these people and be like, "What the fuck? Why are you acting like this?"
He's like, I think these people really like me.
Yeah,
I think these people think I'm really cool. They just want to hang out with me.
That's kind of how I am. I think when I meet people, and they're like show vague interest, I'm like, "Oh my god, this guy's like super into me."
You're just like, you're like, you want some food? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like when I meet a homeless guy or something like that, I'm like, "What's this? Why this guy? This guy must want to be my friend." He keeps
wanna have
asking
dinner?
me for things.
Would
You want
like
to have
get-
dinner with me?
Do you want to have dinner?
But you know why? My impression of that thing, because I had a question after, the part where like there's a part where the British girl and the Aborigine kid have like a moment of connection, and it's like kind of an acknowledgement of their like attraction and stuff. And the next scene, the British girl has braids, and I was like,
Yes.
does this mean that they fucked?
No, they did not fuck.
Okay. So anyway, but I'm just saying, like, it's kind of a confusing implication. But I think that this woman that appears, that's talking to him and just like, what's going on? How's it going? And he's just like, what? And he's just like, he's like gone, because she's like a little bit of an older woman. I think he fucked this British Australian lady. And
The
then
old
now he's
woman?
like, well, I'm with this like younger woman now. This dude's just macking on every Australian chick that he sees.
No, he's not.
That's my
You're living
interpretation.
that's your interpretation that he's secretly having sex. Off camera.
What's up with this lady then? She's following him. She's like, how's it going? And he's kind of like uninterested. And what does that mean? That reads to me as like somebody who's like, we're broken up. That's what the Aborigine kid is saying.
Oh, you're back. Hello, Mr. Fuck Me and Walk Away. Walkabout. You want to walkabout?
Yeah.
What about me?
Because also like,
He ran through her like a goddamn cockabout.
yeah, that's what this really is for this guy.
It's fucking cockabout, dude.
Yeah. Because everything also like, there's like a thing where like he's hunting, and then he's like after like they really become enmeshed in each other's journeys, the British kids and the Aborigine guy, then it starts to be like he's hunting this ox, and then like he's like, what the fuck? And then like he thinks like other ox are coming to like charge at him, but it's actually like an Australian hunting jeep speeding by, and it's like they're fucking it up. like
They
Australian
just kill it very easily, and
Western
it's like, oh,
civilization is yeah, but it's like
you
also
see
from
him
very far
hunting,
away.
working hard, running, throwing spears, being careful. He has all these skills. He has all these developed skills, physical power. And then you just watch two white guys in a Jeep shoot a deer.
Yeah,
Like
this dude's running barefoot, like chasing like a deer with or a kangaroo with a spear and chucking it. And you watch him like hit a deer like with a spear and then like chase it down and then finish it. And when you throw a spear, like shooting is something like you shoot like a bullet and it goes like right through a thing and it's like dead. But a spear is like literally a sharpened stick that you chuck as hard as you can, and it's so sharp that it will cut, that it will like impale or like pierce the skin of an animal, but it's not like instant kill kind of
well,
thing.
it's not like it's not that it's sharp. It's that there's so much force behind it. Because if you were to, put your hand on a spear, you're not going to be. You're not going to be like, oh, I cut myself. The wooden spear is so sharp.
Sure, it's sharp enough to with a throw to impale. I mean,
It's like a sword.
an idiotic.
A sword can
conversation.
cut your
Yes.
head off because you're spinning it with centrifugal force. It is moving so fast relative to your arm.
I know about centrifugal force because that was on an episode of Blaze in the Monster Machines that I watched recently. So it's kind of a science.
You're
show.
basically the child in this movie.
No, I'm the
Look,
Aborigine.
it's the sea. What is its name?
I'm the guy who knows everything and is fucking all the babes.
The wheels came off of my Blaze car. The wheels came off.
But dude, this movie makes Australians look like pussies.
They're British. They're not
British
Australian.
people. I know it makes British people look. Well, I mean, what do you mean they're not Australian? They're fucking Australian. Or they're
These characters aren't Australian in the movie. What are you talking about? It's not about Australian
because
characters.
Australia is not like
they are literally
yet?
British characters.
But Australia,
they are literally have
colony.
They literally have British accents. They've like just moved there.
Oh, okay. Well, but they are there, like the Australian hunters, things like that. Like in her husband at the end, like everybody seems like a bourgeois pussy, compared to this guy. So
the woman talking out in the woods seems like, what about those cool Italian guys looking at the tits on the weather?
Oh, those guys are awesome, dude.
Come on.
Okay. Those guys aren't pussies. I take it back.
What about the cool guy with the house at the end? He's like, I don't know. I can't help you. I don't know. I can't help you I can't help you make a phone call.
It's owned by the mine. Everything is owned by the mining company.
So remember, they're out in the desert. They're lost. This Aboriginal guy basically takes care of them for days on end, walks hundreds of miles with them or whatever, helps them get home. And the first white person they run into is like, I don't know. I don't want to help you. Leave me alone. Go away.
Yeah.
It's very funny. Very realistic.
I feel like I could see a British guy doing that, honestly. And being like,
well, he's technically Australian. You take it back.
Oh, Lord. What is this? The Adam Can't Say Anything Right show?
That would be a great title.
I mean, it kind of basically is.
And we give you words to say, and you can't say them right properly.
So everybody's British who's not. I'm saying isn't British, and then everybody who's not British.
So we give you like cards with words.
You
can't read it.
I thought this movie was simple, but apparently it's very.
You
hard.
like struggle to, but it's not that you can't read them. It's just that you say a different word than it is.
Oh wait, hey, what about that
so
one?
It'll say like circle, and then you're like square.
Seems like kind of an exaggeration, but
Adam can't say anything right,
dude. The story of my life. But what about that one? It's kind of almost like just a scene where we see this like Australian guy, businessman guy, who's like harassing all the like Aborigine women. Remember, he's like wearing a hat.
Yeah, he's making them like. make ceramic sculptures of like Roman statues, and they're all fat and lazy, and they're just. He's like,
And
make them,
he's like, hey,
make
but
those.
he's like squeezing their tits and stuff too.
And his wife works with him also.
He's macking. He's macking hard.
That's what happened, man. They got exploited. They're not all cool like David Gulpoli or whatever. I don't think. Although now that I remember, I'm pretty sure he had a substance abuse problem and difficulties living in the modern world after his success.
Are you fucking kidding, man? Dude, that's an insane. I would like love to see a documentary or something about that, because like
there is.
Dude, imagine being there is.
Yeah, it's called The Dumb Drunk Child Actor. It's a story as old as time.
It's not that he's a child. God, you're so simple. Like, you're such a simple Western.
I'm glib. And that's the thing. I cut it down to the bare essentials. I changed the definition. I changed things to be funnier. Yeah, he's the big dumb child actor movie.
He's kind of basically
he's
Dickie
the Danny
Roberts.
Bonaducci of teenage Aboriginals.
Yeah. But he's
the Corey Feldman of teenage Aboriginals. Yeah, he was awesome.
Dude, Corey Feldman, that makes sense, because I was gonna say, like, I remember seeing this documentary.
Stand by Me is another movie just like this.
No, I remember saying this documentary that I can't remember what it was, but it was about like this, or was called, but it's about this like Western guy who like lives with some indigenous native tribe in like the Amazon maybe, and then he falls in love with one of the women there, and then they move back to the Western world, or America or Britain or whatever, and have a child, and then it shows this indigenous woman in like Kmart, like pushing a cart, like shopping for clothes, that kind of thing, and she's like, this fucking sucks, I hate this, and she actually ends up leaving him and moving back to her tribe. But imagine being it's like the movie even like sets this up, where like everything Aborigine seems like pure and like healthy and like balanced and like good, and everything like Western British and stuff seems like chaotic and shitty and like just kind of awful and stuff and unnatural. But it was like, imagine being an Aborigine and like living in this very natural Aboriginal state, and then you get like the taste of this easy life. It's like there's like an easiness to like the Western life.
You know what, like, Killers of the Flower Moon is about?
Oh yeah, you just saw that, right?
The first like 5 minutes. Here's the first 3 minutes of the movie.
Spoiler alert.
There's a bunch of sad Native Americans, and they're burying a pipe because they don't know how to use it anymore. They're like, they bury it. They're like, our old way's dying. There's new things. We don't understand the way of life. We've been removed from our environment. They were living in another state, and they sent them to a reservation in Oklahoma.
Oh, wow.
That's where they live now. And then they go outside, and then you see a geyser of oil just shoot out of the ground, and they're all dancing. And then it cuts to this tribe.
What that slow-mo shot is about from the trailer.
This tribe on this reservation that was given to them, which is officially their land, they become the richest people on Earth. There's 2,000 of them, and they all become like millionaires. So they're just like rich as fuck. They have like
awesome.
3 Rolls Royce, but they don't know how to use the money.
I didn't get that interesting story from that one still that's been shown of this movie of Leonardo DiCaprio and that woman sitting at the table, and he looks.
That's her house. That's her giant house.
Oh,
so the thing is, you think it's his house, and he invited her over? No, it's it's her house, and she's rich as hell.
This is a huge difference from. They should have included this in the. Maybe they would have beat Taylor on the opening weekend or whatever if they were a little more clear about.
You bring up Taylor Swift every episode.
Hey, I got a wife that's in Taylor, is completely being brainwashed by this woman.
Anyway, they all have diabetes. They're all sick. They're all not
All right.
That they all are new money, unhealthy. That's what I mean. It's like it's really difficult to go from living in the wild essentially, or having one way of living, and then civilization is thrust upon you suddenly. It's not something.
Amen, brother. That's kind of how my life has been since I had a kid.
It's not something many people can handle, or
True.
you're living by the skin of your teeth,
Yeah.
or you're holding on by the skin of your teeth.
That sucks about that one dude. He's so good in this. And like,
I could be wrong. I mean, it's just something I remember, but
did
it wouldn't
Crocodile
surprise
Dundee
me.
fuck this guy up? Crocodile Dundee be like, hey man, check this
Look
out.
at Corey
Called
Feldman.
Coke. Cocaine. Crocodile
It'd be
Dundee
cool
gave this
if
dude
David
coke.
Gallipoli recorded music and like spent all his money on an album that he
Became like a Michael
self-produced
Jackson impersonator.
with didgeridoo music,
Dude, I heard Corey Feldman
like
killed it at something recently.
a rap album. Speaking of killing it, so there's an amazing scene in the movie where they find this little house and he's going to make his move on Jenny Gutter, and he paints himself and he has feathers and he does this dance for her, like a love dance, and it feels very based on what I've seen on National Geographic. I mean, it looks real, it looks authentic. It's not like
Sorry,
cool.
wait.
It's not like a cool teenage dance. So he's dancing for her, and he's like
Like a promposal, you're saying?
Yeah, he's doing this love ritual, and she's just freaked out about it. Like, oh man, this guy's way too into me. I can't. I don't know.
Wait. Are you
She
talking
doesn't
about
even-
the end where he paints his body?
Yeah.
Dude, no.
She doesn't even know.
This is not a love ritual, bro.
What are you talking about?
This guy's gone hunting, and he's basically, like, another brilliant thing about this movie is that as they go deeper into, or like deeper, or like further away from the outback, he like leads them back into civilization. Civilization is also like now encroaching.
So the water buffalo hunting scene has occurred. He tried to kill the water buffalo. The hunters easily did
it's an
it.
ox.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it's an ox, but
Ox.
so like you see like the maggots eating the corpse of the ox, then it dissolves to like a skeleton, which, by the way, another similar thing with the Ebola syndrome. There's like a cut to a skeleton. That's very shocking. This has a dissolve to a skeleton. And then this guy, the Aborigine, is lying in the bones of these oxen or whatever. And now he's in war paint, but it's not because he's in war paint because he's dead.
Well,
is my impression.
No. Here's my reading of the scene.
Now we're gonna get the NAMBLA reading from William.
He's hunting, and then he fails to hunt as well as the white Australian guys. And it's like, oh, they do it differently. I'm not as good as them. They seem to have it easier. Okay.
Like, I guess I'll settle down with this British shit.
And then he's like, now I've been on my walkabout. I'm a man. I have to, get my girl. So
I thought he was kind of like going crazy.
Hold on. So then he does his love ritual, and it's like, she's like, I'm freaked out by this. Maybe she doesn't even know it's a love ritual. Maybe, but she knows because there's so much chemistry between the two. And because we're watching it, we think we know, but we think she knows. She seems smart. I mean, she definitely has to know when a guy's hitting on her. But she's like, she's uncomfortable. She just wants it to stop.
Is that
and he
not
doesn't
how
stop.
Women like being hit on, where you paint your whole face and body and then do a dance while you're staring them down?
She wants it to stop. It doesn't stop. He goes on all night and he's like crying. He's like devastated. He's just like, he's so upset. He's like, I can't believe it. I failed. She doesn't like me. And then the next day, the boy says he found a road. They can go leave now. There's a road. And then as they go in through the backyard, they see him dead in a tree and there's flies buzzing around him. And It's like, just like the hunting thing, the love situation isn't working out with the white people. It's just like, oh, he died. And then the little boy's confused. He doesn't know he's dead. Technically, the little boy doesn't even know the father's dead. The girl covered it up, and she covers this up too. She's like, "Oh."
He also like does a
He
weird
has some
thing where she
fake
doesn't have
excuse.
like a strong reaction to it.
Well,
He like brushes off the ants on his body.
she's cold. She's more adult. She's more like the father than the kid is. She's not saying what's on her mind. She has a filter.
But it'd be
She
cool, by the way, during that body paint thing. It'd be cool if he was like body and face paint that's like what if he was like looked like Mystique from X-Men? That's cool body paint. If he did some of that, that'd be
yeah. What about what there was an X-Men that was just like an Aboriginal.
yeah.
He had
That'd
no
be cool.
power.
Oh, no powers. That's cool. But he just knew how to get water from the ground. He saved all the
Yeah.
other X-Men's lives. That's the thing. These guys that can like shoot like laser beams out of their face, what are they gonna do when they can't fucking drink water? You know what I'm saying?
I need a drink, bub.
Yeah.
He tries to fuck
So-
Jubilee. He tries to fuck Jubilee.
Yes.
He likes them young. He likes those teenage girls. Yeah, so he dies, and it's really
Why
sad.
does he die? How does he die? Did he kill himself?
Yeah,
Just because like his way of life is
he
I don't
dies of a
think-
broken. He dies of a broken heart.
bro.
Yeah. He died of
Come
a
on,
broken
bro.
heart. No, that's
Oh, I'm
literally
saying
what
to him, I'm saying, bro.
he put that pussy on the biggest pedestal he's ever seen.
I
He
know,
never.
man, dude. I wish I could have sat this guy down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Spun my chair around and had a talk. Bro to bro.
What would you say?
I'd say there's plenty of tricks out there.
Here's a little trick I learned from Nambla. Let me teach you how to come alone.
This will make you feel
It's okay.
No, I would not
You
jerk
are
off the
loved.
Aboriginal who's
You're
the
just kissing him on the
heartbroken Aboriginal.
forehead. You're just kissing him on the forehead. It's okay.
I'll be your
You are not-
girlfriend.
A mouth's a mouth, bro. There's
Yeah,
what are you
that's
doing?
that's what I'm telling to like a heartbroken guy.
Pick
Like,
up
listen, dude.
pick
flip
up
my
that
chair around.
lizard, chop off its head, and just fuck its hole.
Dude.
A puss is a puss. A hole's a hole. Come on.
If you're into lizards, this is a fucking movie you should watch, by the way. There's a lot of good lizard shots in this.
I love the shot where the lizard's getting cooked and you see its skin bubbling.
Oof. But hey man, just like when you go to the McDonald's and they cook the meat, that skin's bubbling. It's the same thing. Get what I'm saying?
Bubbles.
Yeah, every meat bubbles.
Fries bubble when you throw them in that greasy pit. The deep fryer.
Mm-hmm. It's all the same. We're not so different. We're basically indigenous peoples when we're going to Burger King.
He probably killed himself because he's like, I killed so many goddamn animals for you, cooked barbecue, I took you to all my favorite spots. I did all this shit for you.
You didn't
This
like
chick-
my dance. She didn't like my dance. Fuck. After everything I fucking did, it freaked her out. What the fuck? But honestly,
He
That's-
thought he thought she loved him because she was around him.
she was into him until he did the spooky dance thing. The spooky dance is not a good move, honestly. You got to play it, even when you think that you got shit on lock, you got to play it cool. You can't be staring her in the eye without blinking while you're moving around the bushes and stuff like that. Women don't really like that, in my experience.
Who does?
I mean,
It's not a great dance, let's be honest.
if you were trying to seduce one of these Nambla guys, that might work on them. They might understand what you're doing. I'm saying, if you're trying to seduce a pedophile,
Pedophiles, like,
Just a grown man.
we'll see. I don't know. I'm kind of busy that day.
I'm washing my hair.
Yeah.
Pedophile with just
Um,
beautiful hair, long, beautiful hair.
We'll see. He's washing his thin comb over,
Yeah, yes.
wispy.
And his little thin mustache.
He's like a Phantom Thread, but for a pedophile, and he's just carefully grooming himself in his like studio apartment.
Mm-hmm.
There's like
Dude.
there's like the 10-year-old boy, or it's like a 13-year-old boy. He's like, oh, it's your 13th birthday. Guess that means it's time to get rid of you. Get a younger person.
Oh, he's Daniel Day-Lewis, you're saying? In Phantom?
Yes, Daniel Day-Lewis, pedophile, Phantom Thread, and he's just like really exacting. It'd be funny if it's Ty from Beanie Babies and he's designing like Beanie Babies.
Ty from Beanie Babies. What the fuck are you talking about?
The creator of Beanie Babies, Ty. T-Y, that's his name. And
I
he's
didn't
just
know
like,
that. Is that
and
a
he's
thing
like,
that
he's like,
everybody
he's like has scissors and he's like cutting like felt and like sewing a Beanie Baby.
knows? Damn, I didn't
don't
know
know.
Ty was a guy. I didn't know
You
Ty
know-
was just like a dude.
He's like rich as fuck, drives a Rolls Royce. He's like a flamboyant character.
You know who I saw, or like who else I was thinking about recently? I went to Target today.
Let me guess, Taylor Swift. God.
No. Hey, by the way, you're just really out of touch because you have a goth girlfriend. But if you had a not, I was almost said normal, but let's, there's no normal.
Basic.
Basic girlfriend or wife, which is, by the way, like 95% of all women. Spanning generations, by the way. They would be fucking dealing like in they
Taylor Swift has a concert movie out that made more money than Killers of the Flower Moon. Wow, you're so connected to pop culture. How do you have these incredible knowledge
basic
base?
ass wife, dude.
Dude, every like Monday, Adam will text like what movie won the box office weekend. And it's just like, what is
true.
It's like a weird uncle thing he does where it's like,
you guys
yeah,
see this? Do you guys
I
see
have
these
Twitter
numbers?
too. I know what has won the box office weekend. It's like the easiest tweet to write. Variety will shit him out like a million times.
Dude, H. Ty Warner, born 1944, American billionaire.
Yes.
Billionaire toy manufacturer. Oh, and convicted felon.
Of course. You don't know him?
In 2020, it was number 359 on the Forbes 400 list of the rich people.
I guess you've never seen the Beanie Bubble or the Beanie Baby.
I thought the Beanie Babies
HBO Max documentary series. It's like, are you connected to pop culture? No, you don't even know who Ty Warner is.
I have seen that.
I know who.
Right,
I tell my girlfriend Taylor Swift stories, and then she goes, "I don't give a shit about celebrities. I don't fucking care." And it's like,
she's goth. She is the most out of touch out of the three of us. Let's face it. You and me I'm more in touch with like the modern woman.
She's basically an
Aboriginal.
Aboriginal. She's basically Aboriginal. Goth. What if it was just a goth?
Yeah.
And two guys are lost. They're like,
she's like, I'll show you how to get water, I guess.
Oh
my God, you guys are so stupid.
You know the meme, goth, like nerds want a goth girlfriend, or dorks, want a goth girlfriend.
No.
And then that's like the dream of the dork is the goth girlfriend.
Yeah, and your dream came true.
It is, I'm telling you, very moody people.
Quora.com. What is it like to date a goth chick?
Ugh.
And do goth chicks date guys that aren't goths?
I had to take her to Hot Topic last week.
Yes. So they never grow out of Hot Topic, you're saying? Like the goths? It's always like
No, they grow out of it, then they get, they have to return to their homeland. It's like dating a Saudi Arabian. You're like, okay, I guess we gotta go to Saudi Arabia now.
Yeah. I was
Hot Topic, and there's just 1,000 goths walking in a circle, 1 million really, just walking in a circle around a Hot Topic.
around like a t-shirt of Stewie from Family Guy.
It's
Dude,
they
I
still
noticed-
sell the Sublime 40 ounce to Freedom shirt. It's still being sold.
Wow. Yeah. Also, like, you took your picture of William sent Ryan and I a selfie of himself in front of the wall of t-shirts, and it was like, what are the fucking bands? Goth
Korn,
bands? It was like
Deftones.
Slipknot. Yeah, Korn.
It's the same shit. It's for the same people.
But like, there's no new goth bands that are big. What's the deal? This is 20 years old. We're fucking.
That's what I'm saying.
We're 20 years away from that.
That's what
from the
I'm
Hot Topic.
saying.
That's weird as fuck. That this is like, if you're a mall store, you have to be so of the zeitgeist that you can exist in a corporate chain of malls across America. You know what I mean? And
But here's the thing.
Okay.
The people who go there and like this stuff, they have nostalgia for the 90s and the late. That's cool now. Like teenagers.
There's no great goth
There's
bands now.
Teenagers love Deftones.
Oh, really?
They don't even have real goth music at Hot Topic. This is just new metal shit.
Sure. But there's
no
like,
Bauhaus t-shirt. There is no Bauhaus is the essential, typical number one most popular goth band.
your
Bauhaus.
girlfriend likes Bauhaus.
Peter Murphy. He's the guy in the beginning of the movie The Hunger, singing in that band. That's a goth in the goth club. They don't even sell a Bauhaus shirt. There are no goths who actually go to Hot Topic. In
So
my
your
opinion,
girlfriend's a poser. You're saying? You just
well,
called
she
your
grew up
girlfriend a
in
poser.
she grew up at that era in the early 2000s. So Korn, she has nostalgia.
Being a poser is kind of like what her roots. You're saying?
Well, she's a real goth. Also, she has real goth. She has goth DVDs, playlists.
What's a goth DVD? Just out of curiosity.
Goth box, baby.
Goth box. Oh, hell yeah. That sounds cool. Honestly, she should. My wife went with a couple friends to see the Taylor movie yesterday. And a couple of them, she had also gone to the Eras Tour performance in LA with, and they were very excited to see the movie again. But a couple of them were not Taylor fans. Talking about Barb and Lampy. And they were, according to her, they were converts by the end of the movie, because it's about like women. It's like a primal women shit. Kind of like how this Aborigine stuff is like that, like it hits a deep primal level of like,
well, I mean, she's a child.
Taylor
She's a
hits
child
like
star. Maybe maybe she'll have a good second album. We don't know yet.
William, bro, I'm gonna turn my chair around and talk to you about Taylor Swift right now.
Well, thanks for telling me the single worst story I've ever heard in my entire life on Men on Film, the podcast.
This is going to be a Women on Music, and it's going to be about.
Oh, that would be the worst
Taylor.
podcast ever.
My wife was asking me
Women
about
on Music.
Women on Music.
Would you want to listen to that if you listen to this show?
I would love to be
I mean,
my wife asked me what the male equivalent was of Taylor Swift, and because it's like a big moment with
oh
women,
God,
kind of like
here
how the
we
Barbie
go.
movie is like
You're
every
such a
fucking
liar.
woman. No, I'm
You're
not.
so
I'm
dumb
not being a
because it's
liar.
like
You don't know because you have a goth girlfriend.
Michael
That's my whole point.
Jackson Thriller is the number one selling album of all time. Okay, it came out. That's not a greatest hits.
Speaking
Came
of
out
NAMBLA,
43 years ago.
it's kind of a one NAMBLA.
There's
ruled.
a popular entertainer out there, William. This is unheard of. This has never happened in the history.
Well, she's
like
Taylor.
She's good. Taylor's good.
Well, no, I'm trying to be real here. Like Taylor.
Elvis. I rest my case. Fuck Taylor Swift.
Taylor has hit those levels. If you think about like every woman in America that's not goth,
Yoko Ono.
She's goth. That she counts as goth.
She sucks. And your wife and all her
Yoko
friends fucking are dumb. Okay.
My wife is your friend more longer than we've been friends.
Taylor Swift is not cool. Okay. I'll tell you who's cool. Jenny Agutter, Lucy and Roeg, David Gallipoli. I am not seeing this Taylor Swift movie. It's 2 hours and 43 minutes long.
If you would love cinema, you said you love cinema.
I hate movies. I hate art. I only like cool stuff. Okay. I'm goth. My favorite t-shirt is a Sublime shirt.
That's cool.
Taylor Swift is not talented. All these same people I remember when Beyonce Lemonade came out, they were all sitting around a table talking about it like it was The Godfather.
What are you talking?
Wanted to throw my head out the window.
Talk about like these specific women that we both know.
And I was like, and I said something like, she sucks. And then they all looked at me like I said Adolf Hitler was awesome. Like I said, I just joined NAMBLA. They were like, fuck you.
Up, dude. You fucked
up.
Well, first of all, by the way,
Beyonce blows. Those videos are shit. They're just like, here's a video of me in my house dancing around with a vacuum cleaner. It's like, wow,
dude.
This is so impressive. She made 10 shitty music videos in a month.
This is
Michael Jackson Moonwalker is such a fucking cool movie.
You're just a big Michael Jackson.
It's like, give the man some credit. Have you seen Michael Jackson Moonwalker? Joe Pesci.
You weren't a Michael Jackson fan until that Finding Neverland or whatever came out.
No, I used to watch this movie as a child, a 5-year-old. When I was 5 years old, Michael Jackson would put out a movie.
That shit, bro.
Do you have any idea how many movies Prince made? He made so many movies. Purple Rain, Graffiti Bridge, Under the Cherry Moon.
That's a cool title.
What's that double album one? But he's at least made 4 movies. He built a fucking performance space in his house.
The original Beyonce.
And had 35 millimeter cameras shooting him in his house at a concert.
Shooting his assless chaps.
His movies are so insane. He directed them. Okay. He wrote all his music. He fucking plays all his music. I mean, you think Taylor Swift is better than Prince? Give me
saying that, you
give me a fucking break, you weirdo. You're women on film.
Chill, bitch.
You don't know anything about music, Adam.
Damn.
You're trying to tell me anything she does is like, it's never been done before.
I'm not saying
it's never been done before. A singer made a movie at a concert. Wow, The Last Waltz. Stop Making Sense. Monterey Pop. Woodstock. The Tammy Show. I mean,
this is different.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying. No, I'm saying for girls are eating this shit, dude. Also, by the way, girls are. And
why do you keep saying this? Change the subject.
No,
Can we get back to the movie?
I have to say something a little bit because you've really like
ratings 5 stars. Lesson.
Talking about the Taylor movie.
The lesson. What is the lesson? Oh, I had it. I wrote it.
The Taylor Swift movie.
I had a good joke and I forgot it.
Oh no. Yeah, it's a 5-star movie for sure. This is like
it's a masterpiece. The lesson is don't put your heart out with the chick. Don't dance for her.
Don't dance. That's a huge fuck up.
Read the game like me.
Yeah,
okay?
that dude should have read the game.
You need the game. You need a book. You need an instruction manual.
Dude, honestly.
You need an incel. He needs an incel to help him.
Oh, like over his shoulder, kind of like whispering.
He needs a pua, a pickup artist to teach him how to get chicks.
When he was, honestly, to support the game's theory, when he was, just kind of doing his own thing or whatever, she was like, who's this guy? But when he fucking painted his whole body and face,
yes, you're right.
And it was
exactly.
dancing around.
Yes.
She was like, what the fuck? Like, this is weird as fuck. And she that's like game 101, dude.
Hey, do you want to eat? We got to eat something first.
Classic fuck up.
You got to eat the sand.
Guy fuck up.
You got to eat the sand out of my ass.
It's nice to see that it transcends culture and like civilization and everything. That this whole
reverse 90. This is reverse 90 Day Fiance.
Christ. I'm so shocked. I'm so like messed up by this whole realization of this, how bad this dude. This guy's gotta. He did not follow the mystery method.
instead of getting the mail order bride, the white people came to him and he wined her and dined her, saved her a fucking life.
But then you got a 69er, dude. That shot where the rainbow, the spectrum or whatever is on his eye.
Yeah, he could have gone in
could
for
have
the
been
kiss.
69ing her right
He
there.
could have gone in for the kiss at that moment.
He didn't. He fucked up big
No,
time.
he did the dance. He was waiting
is-
for her to say,
This is a story of a guy completely blowing it with a chick.
well, the movie is about communication. It's about people who can't express themselves using, obviously they don't speak the same language, but it's a metaphor for a way of life, the modern world. And just but also it's an old story. It's a tragedy, just like anything else. It could be a 2,000-year-old story. It could be Greek. It's a tragedy. It's beautiful.
Yes. It's to me, this movie, let's get real for a second. This movie is, I would say, the highest level of cinema, where it's like, I was thinking about this, all the elements of it feed into this like thing where it's like, it kind of can't get better than this from a movie. I would say you could be like, oh, I don't like that they did this thing, or like something feels cheesy or whatever. Like, it's a super simple story based on a real thing, but it's using that real thing as like the spectacle, which every movie needs a spectacle kind of to be valuable as like a movie in a way. We've talked about that. Like,
well, the thing is, the movie just works and it's believable and
Shot
it feels
beautifully.
real. There's no
metaphor-
sets. There's no sets in
Yeah.
the movie. Think if the movie was made 10 years before, it could be terrible. It could be cheesy. It could be old fashioned. It could be dated. This is
1971, by the way.
and they shot it in 1969. It's made 54 years ago.
69.
This is 54 years ago. This is an old movie, and it's like, oh, it feels realer than a new movie. It feels realer than some corporate shit. I don't know how he made it. I don't know how many cameramen he had. I don't know how many favors he used. He must have really scraped by the hair of his teeth. I mean, he must have just really
This is his first movie? As a
solo
director?
film, co-directed performance.
Okay. What did this other guy do, by the way, after Performance?
Donald Cammell, he made a movie called Demon Seed. He basically made like one movie a decade. He made Demon Seed, White of the Eye, and then Wild Side.
Oh shit! White of the Eye is awesome.
And then he committed suicide,
Oof.
and it took him 45 minutes to die.
Lord.
And for those 45 minutes, he spoke to his Asian wife and talked about what he was experiencing. He was so upset
What do you
about.
mean?
He was like, "I'm bleeding to death out of the hole in my head. I'm dying." He was like it seems like a very unhappy person. He's more out of control than Nicolas Roeg.
Interesting. Okay, so that could be like a cool thing about Performance that has these two energies. Because White of the Eye is awesome,
Nicolas Roeg was supposed to be the cameraman for Performance.
but he ended up
And
being
Donald
the
Cammell
co-director.
was the writer
So
of
he's maybe
another
a little-
film called Charade or something. And then I don't know everything, so I may get this wrong, but that's what I heard. That's the general story. And I guess Nicolas Roeg obviously had a talent for filmmaking, and Donald Cammell, his solo movies are good too. So these two guys made this movie, but I think Donald Cammell is the one who edited the film.
Okay.
But it has that
it's a good-
non-linear editing. It has that cross-cutting. I mean, I
That's
guess
what
Easy
it was.
Rider. Hard Day's Night. Speaking of people more talented than Taylor Swift, the Beatles, better films too. I like to see
Oh,
her
Lord.
animated film.
Hey, why are you so threatened?
I'm threatened by
can't-
you.
you know what? You know what?
This
Taylor
is a
is
show of
about
a discussion
the
of pop
Eras-
culture, and I
you
have
know
to
what
listen
the
to you.
Eras tour. It's about building up women, and that's
You
what
don't
my
even
wife
know.
told
That's
me.
the funny
That's what my
part.
wife
You
told
don't
me.
even listen to your wife, and you're just
I just-
spouting garbage.
No, I'm listening. I hear those things. I hear those buzzwords, and
She's probably telling you something, and you're like, "Wow, what a strong woman."
Yeah. So
Like you don't even understand the conversation.
no, definitely not. But I was trying to think, like, she was asking me like what's like the male equivalent of Taylor, and I was thinking like I really trying to think about it, and it kind of has to be a pop star because I was like, or well, she was saying like what's like a woman or like a man that every guy pretty much likes, and
Donald Trump.
that is doing this. That's Trump.
It's
Trump is the
Trump.
man.
What are you talking about? He's the
That's
biggest
true.
male celebrity in the world.
That's a good point. Yeah, Trump is kind of the male. Yeah, okay. All right, thank you. I didn't have that answer before, but I was going to say like guys don't. I feel like it's a kind of a girl thing to be like to hear about something being really popular and be like, "Oh, I want to know more
yes.
about this."
Yes. We all got to go see Sex in the City and dress up and have cocktails.
Yeah, they want to have fun with
That's
each
something
other.
I've heard a
Dude.
lot of women say. They'll all read 50 Shades of Grey. They'll all see 50 Shades of Grey.
They want to be a part of the cultural moment. I'm jealous of this, honestly.
I read about this in the game.
What did they say?
He talks about this.
So you read the game.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, what did he say about this?
It's just that, like, women, you know, they value what other women think of them.
I think it's also, well, I don't know, like they're a
Conformist.
conformist. I was going to say they're like
They
the
essentially dictate
Well-
society.
well, hey, they have like kind of a victim mentality. You know what I'm saying? So when they're but a victim mentality makes you rally around that identity and build up what is like thriving within that.
Well,
We're really, dude.
I think women
Thank you to the game.
are
the
judged
guy who wrote the
are
game?
very. I think women have there's like a passive aggressive agreement they share about like this is cool, this is not cool. And my girlfriend, the goth, when she was in high school, the cool girls, the basic girls, the normal girls, they would throw garbage at her.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
They would just throw garbage at her. So for every
that's not what women no, it's about building other women up.
so that's
My wife would not be throwing garbage at William's girlfriend, just so everybody knows. My wife would be like
that's what
trying
happened.
to hang out.
So for it's
Maybe
like
her
there's
girlfriend
this
was putting out bad vibes.
there's
Is
these
that possible?
there's these conformist women, and then it's like, well, what if you don't like Taylor Swift? You're just a garbage person.
No. I think it's like
Have you seen
You know,
Carrie?
there were two women that
Have you
did
seen
not like Taylor
Carrie?
Swift when they saw the movie.
Have you seen Carrie? What happens at the beginning? She's in the shower. She gets her period. What do?
Maybe your girlfriend was being annoying.
They throw tampons at her.
By the way, I've seen a picture of your girlfriend in high school, and she's kind of saying like, "Hey, I'm different."
Oh my God.
And also that kind of makes sense. It's like if you have this kind of victim mentality and your state is like this subjugated.
You have a victim mentality.
Position.
No one's a bigger victim than you.
Well, now maybe I understand
You won't hear
the woman.
You'll never hear a
woman.
better worded excuse, a more articulate, passionate plea than from Adam Bowers.
Well,
The man,
that
it's
makes
like
me maybe that makes me.
he basically
understand
becomes
women.
the Abraham
51%
Lincoln
of
of
the
saying
population.
he's sorry.
I'm really
Puts-
good at saying I'm sorry.
He puts
by the
on
way.
his little glasses and he pulls out like a handwritten letter. He's like, I wrote this on the train.
I deliver my Gettysburg Address frequently. Yes. I have been told I'm very good at saying sorry by people who like I've said sorry to. So, but I think
Honestly, in my opinion,
I'm-
he says it too much. It's on his letterbox bio. I think he says sorry, like I'm Adam. I like movies. Sorry. And it's like, ill. He thinks this is cute.
it's not. Oh, you don't think it's cute?
Adam is basically
Bro.
Danny Bonaducci grown up. It's like, oh, I'm the redhead kid. Everybody loves me. And then he grows up and they're like, ugh.
Yeah. That was a child star, almost. Kind of a child star. No, so you're saying I'm the Aborigine guy. That's cool.
What I'm saying is in Walkabout, everybody's lost. Everybody's a lost soul. What happens to Jenny Gutter at the movie? She at the end. She goes home, she marries some guy, and she just ends up cutting up vegetables, chopping vegetables like her mother.
And it cuts, but it does a flash cut to the Aborigine guy cutting off the leg of the kangaroo or whatever, you know.
It goes back to them swimming, and she could have had.
Yeah, she sees.
What if
She
what
talks
if
to
she
her
was with that
dumb
guy?
British husband, and he's like, "I think it's really good that Davis got the promotion instead of me. He's a fucking pussy." You know what I'm saying? Loser.
At least he's not shooting her to death
Shooting
Right.
her to death?
like her father.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
But maybe he hasn't done that
But
yet.
she's sitting there being like, "God damn, I'm just swimming naked with that Aborigine dude right now." So
From your
we've all
lips to
been there.
God's ears. Yes,
Yeah.
we all.
Just thinking about some goth that she used to hang out with.
A guy just in the woods
Yeah.
looking for Aborigine guys to take care of him. I'm lost.
After you see this movie, you go,
Help, help, help. I'm looking for the boys. I need help.
Yeah.
He's just like
Just hoping a
fat.
16-year-old boy comes and saves you.
He just looks like
die
he's
in the
Jeffrey
wilderness.
Jeffrey Jones, the principal from Ferris Bueller.
Yes.
Overweight,
guy.
polo shirt.
That's what the Aborigine 16-year-old kids stumbles
Look-
across.
Yeah.
But after this movie comes out, because he's trying to recreate Walkabout.
And then there's like a bunch of guys. They're like, oh, hey, you're here too? No, this is
Oh, you
get out of here.
too?
This is my turf.
There was a message put out on NAMBLA that kind of went
Yeah.
too far. Good old NAMBLA. Wonder what
They're
they're
just-
doing right now. What's the state of NAMBLA?
They're
Google that.
pro-Palestine.
Oh no.
They got their Twitter account shut down for
Dude,
posting too many pro-Palestine memes.
NAMBLA.org is an active website.
It's probably run by the FBI.
I'm looking. Wait, who are we? Why NAMBLA matters? How can I participate? Yikes.
Yeah, it's real. Did you think it was a fake thing?
No, kind of, honestly. Yes, I did.
You thought it was one of those jokes? No, it was a real thing. Allen Ginsberg famously marched with them.
So this is like man for boys, not for like
No.
underage girls.
Yeah, it's the National Association of Man-Boy Love, the Man-Boy Love Association or whatever.
Thank you for saying that. Now, there's a frequently asked questions page. What do you seek to accomplish?
I don't care. Look, I'm from San Francisco.
Okay.
NAMBLA is a real
It's totally
thing.
normal. No big deal. Oh, I thought that's what you were saying after you said I'm from San Francisco. What is there's a section about ageism.
You
on
see,
the
what happened
frequently
was
asked
there was
questions.
the civil rights movement. There was the women's
They were trying to get in on
liberation.
that. Yeah, they were
Women's
trying to get in on
liberation.
that.
And then it was like, and then we're next. And they're like, no.
What?
So that's what I mean in the 70s. It was like there was
They almost got there, yeah.
it was like, is this the next thing? Is this what the kids? Because like Robert Downey Jr., his father, we used to give him LSD. He's like, if I did a drug, obviously my son would get to do the drug. It's like, what are you talking about? You gave your son
Dude,
LSD,
that's crazy, man.
cocaine? He's like, yeah. Like people were just like kids or adults. Like hippies were fucking nuts. And
This is
also
really vindicating for Woody Allen and Roman Polanski, by the way.
Charles Manson. I mean, these guys, it was like the hip predators latched on to the hippie movement, the civil rights movement, and they tried to exploit it.
I heard a thing about how like hippies are, somebody like did a study and found that like hippies who like espouse like these views that make sense and are like reasonable, and like you're like, yeah, I agree with that, but like a lot of them in the 60s and stuff were like not good people.
Yeah, liberals are awful people. Oh, trust me, I'm
That's
from
the
San
problem.
Francisco. They're like,
that's like
they talk
the
a big game, and then
trick.
it's like, you live in hell. You live in a community
Also, you were like a
of
fucking you sexually
hell.
assaulted somebody or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like about that.
Berkeley. Here's hell on earth: Brooklyn, Berkeley, San Francisco, Portland, Austin, Texas. I mean,
Temecula.
Adam's house. Temecula is conservative. It's also pretty shitty. I mean, look, as a
Hey, I
goth,
see a lot of Blue Lives Matter shit.
as a
It's a good
goth,
point.
I hate it all.
That's the cool thing about being a goth. You get
I'm
to
not
be
a part
like,
of your society. I'm part. I get my
yeah,
lunchbox. I go to Hot Topic. I wear my
I'm not a
boots,
fucking
my
level
3-inch.
idiot.
I wear my platform boots.
I'm different because of these boots.
I have my Nightmare Before Christmas Oogie Boogie hoodie. They still sell
Yeah,
at Hot
I'm different.
Topic.
I'm different because of this Family Guy T-shirt that
I go to a different
wearing.
store at the mall than the
It's kind
rest
of
of
in your
you.
face. Yes,
You may go to Macy's, Nordstrom,
you can't
Uniqlo.
handle that. You pass by Hot Topic and you're like, you get like shivers.
I go to one store in the mall. I get all my stuff from there. I'm unique. These bands are crazy. You've ever heard of Head PE? Yeah, that's what I
Shocking.
that's what I
Whoa,
listen to.
that sounds insane.
New metal.
Was there another stop by the way at the mall when you went to Hot Topic with your girlfriend?
Oh, this mall is so big. We just walked around and looked at all the stores. There's one store that's so awful. I can't even believe it exists. And I just look at it with disgust, and I can't believe it's a real store. I've never seen a customer in it. It's a clothing store called Rich and Rotten
That sounds awesome.
in a mall
That's me.
in the San Fernando Valley. It's like, this sucks. Who would go there?
That's me, dude. That's my store. That's my
And
Hot
I
Topic.
literally thought, like, is this just for like Chinese people who don't speak English and they don't know?
I don't understand. It's a culture. Yeah, there's like some lost in translation thing, but it takes
Who
advantage of that.
picked this name? What? I'm so racist. I'm just like, what race is the person that made this store?
That is targeting. Yeah. Oh, I see. Oh, it's like a
I mean,
FUBU
it's
for
funny.
like Chinese people.
Every race you think of is funny. Jewish, it's like Rich and Rotten. This is my store. Or like
Like
Armenian,
a Persian sort of thing. Yeah.
Libyan, yeah, Persian.
Asian for sure. Asian people are loving these American malls, from what I've seen.
I'll tell you what they aren't.
Travels.
They're not like Irish.
Oof.
There's no cliched rich Irish guy, right?
Oh yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
There's Bono.
I wonder
That's
why.
it.
There's no cliche rich Palestinian person either. What's the deal with that?
They are the poorest of the poor. They don't even own they don't even own land. They're in a bad lease.
Yeah, amen. If you've had
The
a
sa-
fucking shitty landlord, I feel like I wonder what the correlation is between people who are pro,
it's like
free Palestine versus people who've like actually been like fucking had a landlord. You're like, God damn, this guy's an asshole.
if I was Palestinian, I would be the meanest landlord.
Oh, if you were a Palestinian, you'd be like,
I'd be like,
time to pay you back, motherfucker.
a little payback time.
Yeah,
Barbed wire.
nice. Barbed wire between rooms. That's what really bad landlord does.
Iron Dome.
I've
Can't
gotten
throw
some
garbage
Iron
on
Dome.
me. My girlfriend needed an Iron Dome for garbage
Oh
to
yeah.
protect her. Goths are really the Palestinians of America.
Wow. Finally, somebody's saying this.
They're terrorists.
Oh, I see. They
Fucking
need to be stopped.
Ever heard of Columbine? God, they shot up that school.
The Goths are out of control.
Well,
Can't
it's like
believe that.
Walkabout. You're gonna.
What if America was like
It goes
the
both
threat of
ways.
America was the Goths, and it was like a thing where Goths were shooting rockets sometimes into like Taylor Swift concerts, but yeah, there were like iron domes around the concerts, so
Remember Eminem used to always like shit on Christina Aguilera or like Britney Spears or like NSYNC or the Backstreet Boys.
He was like a free Palestine guy, kind of.
That has to be the lame. That's the lamest thing any popular musician has ever done. The way he would just be like, yeah, so like his new song, he'd make a joke about like Paris Hilton blowing him or something. It's like, what are you doing? Why are you rapping
People
about
ate
this?
it up.
Why do you act like you're the greatest rapper of all time? And then half your rap lyrics are like MTV jokes. You're just
That's what happens when you become like famous. You lose touch, you know. So you start rapping about Andy Dick and insane
Tom
shit.
Green. My bum is on your lips. It's just like everything is like made for MTV. Don't act like you're some amazing rapper.
Okay, so this is coming out as anti Eminem,
Yeah,
and
he's
just in time too. It's about time somebody put this guy in his place.
if we're critiquing the late 90s, early 2000s era.
So
It's
you
been on my
are
it's been on my mind, you know.
This is such a goth. You're so
my
goth.
2000s era programming I did.
You're being so. By the way, it's very nice that you've like recreated my lighting scheme as somebody who's broadcasting from the shed. You've matched my lighting scheme as being. It's kind of stark.
That's good for the
Only
people
one
listening.
person is. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so no Eminem, no Taylor, but you love your girlfriend, and that's great, man.
I
Do you
would never
love her?
throw garbage at her.
Do you love your girlfriend? Your goth girlfriend?
We don't believe in love. We
That's
we
such
just
a.
give
This
we
is
give
so
each
goth.
other body like animal body parts.
That's cool. If a goth is loved, then they disappear, they vanish. So that it's important to kind of navigate that carefully. You don't want to make your goth. It's like Quicksilver, you know. The more you try to hold it, the more it slips through your fingers.
Well, if a goth falls in love, they have to become Christian.
Mm.
Do you know about Kat Von D? How she's Christian
She's Christian now? God.
and she's covering up all her tattoos, but she's black.
Damn, Jesus Christ. Are you kidding? Why?
And she's painting her skin black. And it's like
she's doing blackface.
and it's
So-
like you're still goth, and why are
fuck?
you acting Christian? You're acting even more insane. This is like more disturbing than than any face or neck tattoo. But I digress. Everybody Google Nambla, Google Kat Von D, Google Hot Topic.
That'll answer all your questions.
Google Nicolas Roeg.
Was he goth? Or was he in Nambla?
Do you think anyone in Nambla liked this movie?
I feel like people in Nambla were into this movie.
You do see, like you said, a young child's penis. It's not child pornography, it's child nudity.
Right, of course. Let's be clear. This is not pornography. William was not masturbating to that part.
If you were a
He was
filmmaker
masturbating to the underage girl part, not the underage.
who shot erotic cinema, would you be upset if pedophiles were masturbating to your movie?
You'd be like, God damn it. Fuck.
Or would you be like, I'm
Trying
rich
to
and
get
rotten.
regular
I'm rich.
people horny.
I'm rich and rotten. I like good.
Oh,
I'm
that's
making
what
money.
That's who that store is for.
I'm making money hand over fist.
People who've made child pornography by accident.
And are wealthy.
Yes. Rich off of child pornography.
You hit a geyser. You're like, my family has discovered a mine full of child pornography.
Everybody in your family's dancing around this geyser of child pornography.
And you become the richest people on earth. And then pedophiles try to kill you to take your child pornography from you.
Yeah. Basically, that's basically the story of America. Think about it.
Nature really just doesn't have a chance, do they?
No, definitely not. I mean,
We're too smart.
Well, no, it's not that we're too smart. It's like well, I don't know. Somebody is too smart, and then everybody else takes advantage of that person's smartness. So it's like the person who invented the car and the gun is too smart, and then everybody else is like a brute who's just like, well, I'll just, and then then you're like disconnected from everything and stuff.
Well, I always say this, the thing that changed civilization, and I heard this on Joe Rogan, but I believe it, is that, you had hunter-gathering societies, and
times has that been
then
said?
you had farms, civilization, and that just changed everything. Once you had a farm,
People were just like getting fat and chilling and stuff.
having way too many kids, it just changed. Everything just immediately changed. So,
Forget about it. That's when forget about it.
but would you want to be nude walking around in nature with nothing?
Yes.
Are you an idiot? Where would
Yes.
in LA?
Yeah, I would be on Hollywood and Highland, walking around nude, trying to
Eating what?
rats and bugs, stray cats.
The band.
Yes. Hold on a second. So are we talking about so you saw Killers of the Flower Moon, but you've also been a part of another big event of the media and the arts this past weekend, and you haven't said anything about that. How's Spider-Man 2?
That game is cool because did you play the Miles Morales game?
Yeah.
So you can be Miles Morales and Spider-Man now, and they have
Yeah.
different moves.
I like just playing the Miles Morales game because it was fun to just pretend to be a black teenager.
I hate Miles Morales in the game. I hate Peter Parker. They are so lame. These two nerds.
They're
Two
nerdy, but that's part of the
nice
fun
guys.
of Spider-Man. Yeah, Spider-Man's a nerdy nice guy. What are you talking about?
It's a cool game. It has cool
What are they all
graphics.
supposed- what
The
is it supposed to
best,
be, goth?
but the good game that came out this week is Super Mario Wonder for Switch. Oh my God. That game, every level you take like a hallucinogen, and there's like an hallucinogenic moment in the game. Like there's one where all these like piranha plants start singing songs, and they're like walking and in unison.
Sounds cool.
It's really well done.
Hold on.
It is definitely better than Spider-Man 2.
Wow.
But Spider-Man 2 is like more expensive, it's bigger. But the problem is how many times it's like I'm in that city again, and then it's like there's a car full of robbers, and then I swing down, and then I hit triangle, and I go down, and then it's like I hit square, and then I like web a guy, and then I web.
It's all about the
out
web.
of two.
It's all about the swinging in that game.
So it's the same shit, better graphics, more moves, more things to collect. I haven't gotten to the Venom part. Hopefully the Venom stuff is awesome.
I'm living vicariously right now.
It's very well made. It's a slick product,
That sounds good.
They're gonna make the Wolverine game in 2 years. That's
Civilization. I want it. I'm down for.
Yeah, fuck nature, dude.
Fuck nature. Fuck Mario Wonder.
He has no
Super
video
Mario Wonder.
games.
No, Super Mario Wonder is the nature. Spider-Man 2 is the Australian bastards. You know what I'm saying?
You said one was nature, and then you said one was the Australian bastards.
Civilization.
So he does. I mean, Man Who Fell to Earth. We'll talk about similar. Alien comes to civilization. It's like the opposite of Walkabout. Don't Look Now. I mean, this is a theme, man in nature.
Nah.
A man in the shed.
A man in Hot Topic because his girlfriend made him go.
Didgeridoo music. Weird people. I'm confused.
You're looking at the Sublime shirts, and like you turn your head, and there's like Stewie, something about Stewie.
The big difference between going to the mall at 40 years old versus when I was 16, so much more anime shit is in the mall. Just so many more
That should be like a victory for you.
Japanese anime shirts at Hot Topic. Every store is selling anime crap everywhere. It's huge.
Cool.
That's the big difference. I guess the Asians, you know,
They're back, baby. They
why don't
did
we have any Chinese?
Gunpowder,
There's no
and they
Chinese
kinda went away
cartoons.
for a little bit. Now they're back. Yeah, what's going on? China is really slacking with the
Video games.
cartoon situation. Yeah, cartoon video game industry. What's the deal? It's like they're completely supporting our entire industrial
We support them.
export imports or whatever.
We support them. They suck.
China?
They don't do shit. They don't have food.
What do we do?
They can't grow food in China. We sell them our food. Did you know
What's
that?
up? What are you
China
talking about?
can't. China doesn't have enough land and farms to actually sustain their own
Oh Lord.
food consumption.
Ah, damn. Come
That's
on,
pretty-
China. What the fuck are you
So
doing?
yeah, you
Is that
better
good,
build. You better build
think?
my iPhone
China, what are you
If you-
doing?
if you want to eat.
Stop. Well, I guess they tried to nip this in the bud in the 90s with the whole like first one child only kind of thing.
Yeah, but that messed them up. Did you know China? This is a crazy fact. China has like they built something like 2 or 3 billion homes, and their population's only 1 billion. So they have
That's
a billion.
that sounds like a big fuck up.
They have 1 billion empty houses and apartments.
Whoops. That sounds like something I would do.
They thought like
I'm like, fuck,
They
I
thought
did
it was a
twice
good
as
in-
much as I was supposed to do.
they thought it was a good investment. So they were like,
Why?
so everybody owns 2 houses.
So I'm kind of vibing with China right now. China's
China's
like me.
Florida. It's just
Yeah,
it's
China's
Florida in
just-
2007. It's like, oh, what did you do?
Why do we do this? Ah, fuck.
It's the
Well-
Big Short. It's like you have 2 houses. Everybody has 2 houses.
You have a house and you have a house.
Do you have food? No.
Whoops.
So their whole economy's in big trouble. Big trouble.
It seems like with everything going on right now in the Middle East, I think
That's not a
everything's
big-
going to be
that's such-
okay.
the Middle East thing is so overblown.
Dude, I'm going to say on the pod, we're in World War III, baby. All right. That's my statement. Let's check in about 6 months, see how we're doing.
We've had many a war in the Middle East that didn't lead to World War III.
But they're trying to loop in. People are being looped in. People will be like, hey,
we
we're gonna
destroyed
bomb Libya. We're gonna bomb
Afghanistan.
Syria, we're gonna bomb Egypt.
we killed the leader of Libya. We assassinated the leader. We basically took out, arrested, and tried and killed the leader of Iraq. How many
R.I.P.
horrible
Saddam.
countries? We have blown up Iranian electric plants, power plants. It's, I mean, come on. We got it all under control. Henry Kissinger's back. He's in the White House.
He's as spry as he's ever been.
He's advising.
He is?
Yes. Haven't you seen
Oh.
photos? You don't know anything about
I
culture.
didn't know that. I know about culture.
He's did you know
About
he's
Taylor.
actually he's the executive producer of the Taylor Swift Eras tour.
Oh no.
He's
back, baby.
Just fucking her.
No, she'd fuck him. That's what I'm saying. That's what this move. That's
Dude,
what this
imagine if
movement is
Taylor
doing.
Swift dated
Taylor's
Henry
gonna be
Kissinger.
fucking Henry Kissinger,
If Taylor Swift fucked Henry Kissinger,
and everybody's talking about it like they're talking about like Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce.
No, he just like puts on blackface and he tries to seduce her like the guy in the movie with his like wheelchair dance.
Oh, nice.
And she's like, ew, grody. And he like, if she could get him to kill himself, that would be
That's the power of a woman.
a joke I would make that I'm not serious about.
Honestly, that is the power of a woman. You fucking put your face paint on, your body paint on, you dance for her. She doesn't like it. You kill yourself. That's what chicks do, man.
She was in Walkabout. She's not even sad that he kills himself. She's sad that she didn't. She's like, oh, maybe I should have fucked that guy. I threw away some good dick.
Damn.
It's like, yeah, he's dead. You cunt. Don't you feel bad that he's dead?
It's about time somebody called the 16-year-old girl a cunt.
The ending of the movie, the poem, is so bad. I never pay attention to it. I was thinking it'd be funny if there was like in movie theaters,
Yeah,
you had a little gun and you could just like shoot the screen when you don't like something.
That's a really good idea for movies.
Maybe like a laser cap, or like you could shoot like rubber arrows.
Just take a laser pointer to the movie theater.
Rubber arrows. You're bored. Just fuck it. But a little gun would be cool if you shot like little pellets.
Every movie is like a screening of The Room.
I don't like this.
Yeah, you throw spoons at the screen.
You're just shooting it.
All right. So next week is Don't Look Now, huh? I have to take a giant piss, so that's why I'm trying.
It's like immediately like Jews in Palestine go to movie theaters. They're just like they hate Jerry Lewis in Palestine. Like, boo.
Yeah.
It's like a shooting him in this movie.
Shooting the screen. Yeah.
Pretty funny.
Funny stuff. Wow. What another great episode of Men on Film.
White on white, translucent black capes, back on the rack. The little goose is dead, the bats have left the bell tower, the victims have been bled, red velvet lines, the black box. The little goose is dead. Is dead. I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. The virginal brides file past his tomb. Still many times their flowers bereft in deathly bloom. Alone in a darkened room, the Count. Bela Lugos is